Wood Frog Loop. Today we are at Nescopeck State Park. That is the trail we're doing. This is one of their little trails that's not part of the main network. This is a short one today. It's only going to be a little over a mile long, which is fine because it's supposed to rain today. It's been raining here, so I wasn't sure. Just the Garmin going off, which reminds me I should probably start my Relive tracker. But yeah, so short hike, threat of rain, but it should be a nice one. And this is one I've never done before. I haven't really done much in the Nescopeck area, which is kind of surprising because this is one of our local state parks to where we live. It is very close to home. It's nice where we are. There is Nescopeck. I don't have to turn my phone's ringer off because it's going to be annoying. But there is Nescopeck. We have Moon Lake Park is really close. Hickory Run, Lackawanna. I don't know, man. It's one of the nice things about Pennsylvania. There's so many nice outdoor spaces to go, especially in this northeast area of the state. But yeah. And from what I've hiked up here, nothing's too difficult. That bridge is there, so that's cool because as far as I know, that's the only water crossing on this. And I think there's like a bisecting trail, so if you don't want to do the entire loop, you can. Just kind of cut that out. Actually, I think I can bring up... Yeah, I'll bring up my other app that I have here. So, one thing I like for digital mapping purposes is a app called Maprika. And it's come in handy for places where we can't find maps, and we'll just like make our own. Yeah, so that's the route. The Wood Frog is the C marked trail. And you know what? I have a pretty good habit of going counterclockwise, so we're going to go counterclockwise. But yeah, Maprika is really nice. I've never used it to track an activity before, but it's really nice for mapping, map usage of an area that doesn't already have like an existing map or like a good one. We did our first custom map with it. At least my first experience with a custom map on this app was our Dolly Sodge trip back in 2019, and it was pretty good. Kurt and I each did our own just to see how accurate we could get with making a map on that app, and they were pretty good. His was a little bit more accurate than mine, but you drop like these anchor points, and basically you take like if you take like a trail map, a paper trail map, take a picture of it, or if you have one that you saved to your phone, you take that paper map and you bring up a satellite view of that, like a Google Maps, for example. You bring that up and you overlay the two with each other, and you create anchor points to put the two images together, and the more the more careful you are about placing those anchors, and the more that you place, it just helps you. So that app is really nice for, like I said, I don't use it for tracking. I've used it in places that I was unfamiliar with. I'd bring up a map on there, and I would just use it to know where I am for like route finding purposes. And it's been very good for that. But look at that, starting to hike off with a little tangent. But yeah, so I think it says like 1.1 miles is this thing, and we'll see. If the weather looks like it's going to hold off, I might do another short trail while I'm out, but we'll see. This trail is nice. It has been pretty much like this the whole time, and it's not that muddy. For how much rain we've gotten recently, I expected it to be worse than this. Is actually one of the reasons why I picked this trail, because one of the other trails I was considering, I've heard that has a high potential for being muddy. So I figured I would save that one for another day, because it's another one of their short trails here. And you know, with the threat of more rain, I'm just trying to keep my hike to a shorter distance. But this part is pretty, this part's pretty sloppy. One bad thing about navigating through a spot like this is I did not bring my trekking poles. And normally I do, to help with getting myself through tricky spots. But yeah, not terrible. It worked. The good thing is, it's just a little over 50 out, and this is a shorter hike, so my feet get a little wet. Not a big deal. Oh, that's a cool. So one thing I didn't show the ones I saw a little while back, but these little marshy areas are pretty cool. Get this guy off the trail. Yeah, there's a really cool marsh area right here. But Nescopeck's got a lot of that. One of my favorite trails up here, it's the one I've hiked the most. The stream that we crossed over on the bridge, more towards the main park area, you hike right alongside of it. And there's some cool rock features and whatnot. Swamp trail. We're not going to go that way because I want to do the full loop. It's already not that big of a hike, so don't need to cut it down any shorter. That is probably a way I would go bringing the kid up here. Just in case, you know, she didn't want to do the full mile. She does pretty good. She's getting better all the time, so. Like I said before, it's been mostly like this. On that back end of the loop, that was probably the muddiest section so far. Well, no, it was the muddiest section before so far. You get close to where you kind of get to like where the terrain starts to like get pretty steep as it like starts to climb up to the ridge, and there's a, by the sound of it, and with all the runoff from recent rains, sounds like there's a lot of water that flows down back in that area. So the trail itself was pretty saturated. Not terrible though. My feet did get a little wet. Definitely enjoying this one. This is pretty much exactly the kind of hike I was looking for. Just a nice short one for the morning. I did work last night, so didn't really want to do anything too strenuous. Another one of these like marshy swamp areas. We are back to where the swamp trail joins back up with it, and from both ends of this, it doesn't look bad. Given that it's named the swamp trail, I would imagine that the middle section of that is probably on the wet side. Either that, or maybe it just kind of keeps you raised up, like here. Hiked through a few spots where the trail's built up a little bit higher than the surrounding marsh area. So this is the one I saw on the way in, but I saw it down from the other side. Because also, just like that, we're back to where we're going to take the right here and head back to the car. Well, that is going to be it for this hike. I haven't really done a lot of after work hikes. That's something I want to start doing again. Even if it is just a nice little solo hike like this. The benefit to that is most of my videos I share with all of you are bigger, longer trails, or usually have some crazy weird feature that isn't for everybody. But this is totally for everybody. I mean, even if it wasn't like all wet and muddy, you could totally just go around this thing on a wheelchair, and that's awesome. So maybe I'll get to share a few more of these more family-friendly, shorter hikes over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, this is the Wood Frog Loop Trail at Nescopeck State Park in Pennsylvania. And yeah, it was nice. It was another nice one up here. And get to check another one off from the state park. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.